Welcome back to the channel. My name is Abon. Welcome back to Local to Global with KB Mechelen on FM22. Potentially the last video with these guys, depending on what happens in these playoffs. We may well be ending at the end of the video. Depends on whether or not we have any more games to play. We've got 3 games today. It's the last 3 games in our championship playoff group. And we've got a bit of ground to make up if we want to try and progress into Europe. It looks like we're going to be 4th place unless we make up some ground on the other guys. So we'll see what happens today. If you're enjoying this series, drop a like, leave comments, subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on, and let's jump into it. Possibly the last video of Mechelen today. Let's see if we can get some points and get some results. So last episode we ended the first part of the season. We drew against Antwerp at home, pretty disappointing result there. But then we did beat Westerlo 3-1. A little bit of an unbeaten run towards the end of the season, and we only lost 1 in 11, which was pretty good going. Now there were 6 playoff games, and I did intend on playing all 6 on camera. Unfortunately, I did film the first 3. But didn't actually record the gameplay, even though I thought I did. I had a really rough day of making mistakes in video production on that one day. That didn't record. The Tomb Raider from my second channel didn't record properly either. It was just a rotten day. Didn't really miss much because we were pretty dreadful. It was really abject football from us. I won't show the goals because I know there's a lot to get through today with 3 matches. But yeah, we weren't great at all. Started off with a 4-0 home defeat to Club Brugge, who were at the time top of the table. Mbamba scored just before half time, which really didn't help us going into the break. And then Prevod and 2 from Lang were the other goals, the second half goals. We weren't awful, but we didn't score. And that was the same with the other 2 games as well. Not a single goal from those 3 games, and we were really poor. At the very least, though, we did create some chances in this one, and we hit the woodwork. Can't really say the same for the other 2 games. We lost 3-0 away to Genk. Gle with 2 goals and Garassi with a goal. We had just 1 shot on target and really were pretty miserable in this one. Our chance and our one and only shot on target came in the 2nd minute. It was almost a goal. That was the only thing we did all game. After that, we offered very little, hardly anything. And then we lost 2-0 to Ostenda. So you might be thinking, you improved. You went from 4-0 to 3-0 to 2-0. If anything, though, our performance has got worse. We were really dull in this one. 3 shots at goal, 1 shot on target. We had to rotate because of fitness. We were really not in a good place fitness-wise. But again, just 1 shot on target and just really not creating anything in the game. And 33% possession as well. They had twice as much of the ball as we did. We just, conceding-wise, we were doing better, but our football was getting worse and we were being allowed to do worse. It just really hasn't been going well for us in these playoffs, and we're looking like we're going to finish 4th, maybe not get a single point. But today, we've got Club Brugge away from home, which we're probably going to lose. Then we host Genk and we host Ostenda. Those 2 games, I want to try and get some results in them. I want to try and get something positive from these last 6 games. So looking at the table, you will notice that Club Brugge have dropped off the top of the table. They are in danger of bottling the league. They had a healthy league going into this of 8 points, and they're now behind Ostenda by 4 points, so they do now face us at home. So Ostenda are in control, and they might snatch the league from Club Brugge, who have been leading since the very first game. They won, I think, 5-0 in their first game. So they have been top of the table the whole way until now. They may well be Belgian bottle jobs. We've looked really poor. Our goal difference has really taken a hit. We haven't scored. So, Genk are the side that we're going to try and take on. We need to win a game to, go up 3 behind them. We need to beat them at home. It comes down to that. That home game against Genk for us is a must-win game if we want to guarantee Champions League football or European football. It'll be Europa Conference League most likely. If we finish 4th in this, then we will have 1 more game against the side that finishes 5th. And that's in the Championship, or the European Places playoff, excuse me. That is nailed on to be a Ghent. So if we finish in 4th place, we will take on Ghent, and the winner of that will go into the Europa Conference League. Club Brugge lost the Belgian Cup to Antwerp, so they go into Europe. I think whoever gets this between, I'm assuming us and Ghent, I think go into the Europa Conference League 3rd qualifying round. We're not going to be doing it because we are going to be leaving at the end of the season, but we'll at least leave them with European football. This is the side we're going to go for with the game against Club Brugge. De Boer, Konatar, Balato, Bogdanovic, Walsh, Vandenberg, Buono, Van den Eden, Zonyo, Denny, Gudjonsson. That's the side. We're probably going to lose this one, but we'll see how things go. I've gone cautious here. We're going to try and counter, try and sit back and hit them on the break, and hopefully we can do that. I want to see some creativity in this one because we really haven't looked good. I'm going to go for a thrash arms and a step up your game. Let's try that. And trust our side to make the difference. There's been very little effort recently. I'm hoping that we can see a more positive performance here. Club Brugge have got the league to fight for, and they're at home. So they are probably going to win here. They beat us 4-0 on our own turf. So this may well be worse, and they've already hit the woodwork inside 2 minutes. 23rd minute, corner with Moassa. And Provod with a header at the far post. And it is 1-0 to Club Brugge, which was always going to happen. It was always going to happen. Do you know what? I'm actually quite happy that you don't see what happened in those first 3 games, because by the end of those, I was pretty darn miserable. De Boer has really not covered himself in glory there with that pretty feeble effort to try and save it there. And now they've got a throw with Kabore. And this is going to be another long recording session, I think. I'm frustrated that that didn't record because it was like almost an hour worth of like video that you're not going to see. But it wasn't great, because by the end of it, I was pretty miserable. And I don't really want that in my videos. But, you know, if things continue to go badly here, then you might see it. The thing is with those first games is that we just didn't seem to get any luck. Every single ball seemed to fall to them. Like well, that might be offside. But every header fell to them. You know, we'd save a shot, it would come out, they get the rebound. They just got to everything first, like all 3 teams that we faced. And there's now 2-0 Club Brugge with 28 minutes gone. It was the free kick by Moassa. Alchiche was onside. Free header as well. Like, I don't know what the defence are doing there. 35 minutes though. We've got a free kick here. I think this is I thought it would be Vandenberg. It's actually Konatar. He's had a go. He's forced to save from the keeper. It's a shot on target, which is... I think we've had more shots on target in this first half than we have in our past 2 games. And Konatar now with a corner. Headed away by Nsuki. Can we get to this first? We can. Van den Eden to Konatar. Okay. It was a shot on target at the very least. But now it's another corner for them. Watch this going, and it's 3-0. Alchiche, almost another one there. They're really good in the air. They're a really good side. I say until recently, they led for the entire season. And now they seem to be throwing things away. But here they are 2-0 up. And if they do win this game, they will go, a point behind Ostenda. They've hit the post again. And this is the thing. They just keep coming forward. They're having 61% possession. I'm going to go balanced. I'm not going to go cautious. We're going to try and meet them up the pitch, which probably means we're going to get slapped about. I think they've got another corner. No, if they did have another corner, we're not going to see it. I'm going to say give the fans something to cheer, because they need something to cheer. Bless them. We've been really uninspiring in these last few games. Really uninspiring. Denis not had much to do. Buono's been poor. Konatar's been poor. I don't know what's happened in these last few games. It seems like the players are just down tools and they're happy to just be in these playoffs. And Saki with a header, but it's over. Like, we're against some really good sides here. I think we are almost certainly the 4th best side in this playoff. And it definitely shows. But the effort from our players just hasn't been there. I'm going to go for a demand more. Just do something. Like, I'm going to make some changes, actually, because there's some passengers in this team at the moment. Dinny's not been doing great. Schweireff's injured, actually. He's not even in the side. So Storm's going to go on at right midfield. Basilio's going to come on at left back as well. So double change. Because, yeah, there's some players here that just aren't performing. And it just isn't good enough, really. But we might go through this whole playoffs and not score a goal. We've got 2 home games up next. Like, I want to get results in some of those. I want some points in these playoffs, because at the moment things really aren't going well. Although the second half has been much, much, much quieter, and we're into the last 10 minutes. And again, we've had just 4 shots at goal in this game. It's 1 more than we had last game. Again, just 2 shots on target. It just isn't good enough. I don't care who you're against. You need to play better than this. Here's Basilio to Bogdanovic. Could we get a goal here, maybe? It'll be our first one of the playoff if we can. Bogdanovic. It's gone over the top, and Gudjonsson doesn't win the header. That's the thing. They're winning everything, but Walsh, well, for about half a second had won the ball there, and his Hoyland, I think that might be like the 3rd, maybe 4th time that Bruges have hit the woodwork in this game. And they've got another set piece here with Moasa. You watch this be 3-0. It wasn't. Botanovic actually won that one. We actually won a header, guys. Can you believe it? Last change, Zal's on for Buono, who again has just not done anything today. I don't know what's happened. I don't know what's happened to these guys. I know we're against some good sides here, but we're just not even trying at the moment. I'm just so disappointed. I just realised we actually can't catch Genk. We're nailed into 4th place now. We're 6 points behind them. We face them next. We'd have to beat them. And then if we win and Genk lose, we'll be level on points. But Genk, no matter what the result, will have won more games. We can't catch them. We're stuck in 4th place. So we're going to breeze through the Genk and Ostende games. Hopefully we can do something. And then after that, we've got one more game to play. We've got to face Ghent to get into Europe. It's one match. And we have to win that one match to get into Europe, to get into the Europa Conference League qualifying. That's just what it comes down to, that one match. Because we've just been really uninspiring in these playoff games. Changes for the Ghent game. Dassi, Owusu and Basilio are all in. Okay, these are going to be very brief highlights because I know that there's a lot to get through, especially now that we have another game that we got to play against Ghent. So, you know, the hope is that we can get a more positive performance and get some momentum into that last match because we want to get these guys into Europe before we leave. We don't want to leave them without. We want to try and allow them to try and make some money if we can. Second half underway. It was a pretty drab first half. I think there was only 1 or 2 highlights. I want to see a goal. Let's score a goal in these last 2 games. Let's try and get some results, get some points on the board. Well, Genk have got the ball in the net. Don't know if it's going to count. It was Oyen. They've had lots of set pieces, but that's the first real effort they've had. We've had like 6 or 7 shots, which is, for us at the moment, not bad. It's 1-0 Genk. It's been given. So this was what happened. Free kick, Yashar, Moomin with a header, and Oyen heads in. He was being played onside. It's 1-0 Genk. 2-0. Oscar Gluz just smacked it into the goal. 83rd minute. We've been, again, passengers in this game. We're just not doing anything. It was Lemaire with the ball here. Bondo plays it down for Gleur. He's got a clear-sighted goal. Keeper's beaten. This is just not fun. Another game. Another donut for Mechelen. 3 shots on target there. Probably one of our better performances in our last 5 games. But once again, we failed to score and we've lost. The creativity is not there. We're not getting the luck that we want. We're not really defending very well. I just don't know what's happened. Like, players seem to have just down tools and just don't seem to care. Last game of the playoff is at home against Ostende, who are looking to try and win the title. They are leading Club Bruges, I believe, unless Bruges just beat them. So I don't think they did. No, it looks like it was a draw between Ostende and Bruges. It was a goalless draw. So Ostende, we face them. We could have a say in who wins the title. Ultimately, can they play well, please? Okay, if we can take points away from Ostende, we might cost them the league title. Although if Ostende win, then it means that Club Bruges bottled the title that we're leading for almost the whole way. Ultimately, we've lost 5 out of 6 so far. We haven't scored a single goal. Surely it can't get worse. Come on, let's get a result. Let's do something. Let's score a goal. Let's avoid defeat. Just give me something, please. We've been rotten in these games. Half time, 0-0. 1 shot on target. Not really doing anything once again. We've gone cautious. We're trying to press. We're trying to push up the pitch. Can we do something, please? Score a goal. Just give me something to be happy about. Basilio, come on. Why is the keeper going to be there? That's the best chance we've had in 6 games. Oh, for goodness sake. It's 1-0 Ostende. Matt Targray. I don't think he was going to shoot then, but he did. And the keeper didn't even move. De Boer did not even move. See the replay of this then. It's 1-0 Ostende. Once again, we are trailing and we're not looking like we're going to score. Guay here. He just passed that into the goal and it was moving slower than a tectonic plate. And De Boer's just like, oh, it's gone in. As it stands, Ostende will be champions and Bruges will have bottled the league. But 5 minutes to go here. Come on, Basilio. Dassi, come on! This has been our most positive performance of these 6 matches. And we've left it until the last one. 6 games, not a single goal scored in those playoffs. Absolutely embarrassing. Do you know what? That was actually not nearly as bad as other games. Like, that was much, much better, but still no goal. Estenda win the league by 4 points. Club Brugge lost at home to Genk. They really bottled the league, Club Brugge. They lost just 4 times during the season. And then in those playoffs, the only side they beat was us. Twice. They got a draw away against Estenda. Club Brugge absolutely bottled the league. They were 11 points clear of Estenda when we split. That got halved to 6 because it got rounded up. They were 6 points clear. They absolutely bottled it. Not a single goal scored. Some really uninspiring performances in there. Just passengers in some games. That last game against Estenda was easily our best performance in those 6 games. We just conceded 1, but 6 games with no goals. That's just embarrassing. So one more game. We're at home against Ghent. If we have to win. If we win, we're into the Europa Conference League. I think extra time and penalties could be a factor. If we lose, no European football. One more game against Ghent. We have to win if we want to leave these guys with some European football. This is our last game in charge of Mechelen. And we want it to be a good performance. We want it to be a good result. I want to win. I want some goals. Please. Okay, let's see how Ghent have been doing in their matches then. Okay, Ghent won all 6 of their playoff matches and conceded, 4 goals. Yeah, I think this might be a bit of a nasty one. We drew at home and we drew away as well. So we've got 2 draws against them this season. If there's another draw here, we're playing another half an hour of football and there may well be penalties. We need to beat Ghent to get Europe. Club atmosphere is now abysmal. Like, the morale is at an all-time low. Like, looking at the happiness. Look at this. This is really bad. This is really, really bad. There's... What the hell do we do here? I don't know what we can do. Like, this is just a free hit, really. Whatever happens, happens. I mean, we're not going to win, are we? Did you see that morale? Okay, so, team news. I'm going to quick pick and see what it gives us. So Wuzu alongside Botnovic, Konatar, Walsh, Balato, Van der Berg there. No, thank you. Ugh. Van den Eyden starting. Zonyo. Yeah, I'm going to go with that. Bench-wise, let's get Van der Berg on the bench. Let's get Zal on the bench. That'll do. Okay, into the dressing room we go. Pump fists. Get out there and show the world you've got what it takes. That is a good team talk. That is a very good team talk. Come on. We know that we can get performances. Let's do it. Let's get a result. Let's get goals. Let's win the game. And let's get these guys into Europe. Let's get them into the Europa Conference League qualifying. Bye. Oh my god, Van den Eyden's through. 5 minutes. Come on! Are you fucking kidding me? What do we have to do to score a smegging goal in this video? Good Johnson. Denis, that's a good ball. Come on, guys. 15th minute of the game. Denis, make this good. That's very good. Van den Eyden's headed it over. That's a good cross. Zonyo with a header. Oh, the keeper hasn't held on to it. Zonyo again. We've scored a goal. We've scored an actual goal. For the first time in 7 games, it's Mechelen 1, Ghent 1. 18.5 minutes gone. It was Vito Zonyo who gets it. We've actually gone and scored a goal in the video. It's an absolute miracle. Felicien Denis with the cross. Zonyo with the header. Strebinger has really not done well. Gudjonsson to Zonyo. And the keeper is beaten. There we go. Do that again. Oh, Sabali. Valgisson has put him back in front in the 25th minute. Euclid. Walsh does well there. Okay. Bit of urgency. I like it. A bit of pressing. Good. Walsh. Back to Owuzu. Here's Van den Eyden. Denis. Good Johnson. This is good. Van den Eyden's through here. Could this be 2-2? He chipped him. Oh, the Schreiber's cleared it. Jesus Christ. Let's turn this around and let's get a result. We've scored a goal. Let's see if we can get something from this. Let's try and turn this around. Maybe get a draw, force extra time. Try and get a win either on penalties or after 90 or 120 minutes. Come on. We're having very little possession today. But, you know, we've got a goal. Buono has really, really not done well in these games. Nobody has. Nobody has. I think this is the first time we're seeing 7s in the match ratings. Good spell of possession here for us until... How is that not a foul? He shoved him in the back. Oh, really? That's a red card for Denzel Owuzu. That's the first red card of the season, I think. That's not what we want. Balato's going to go in at centre-back. Tim with a free kick here. This could be a third for Ghent here. And it is. The keeper spilled it. It might not count, but it's 5 minutes left. Just get me out of this club, please. Last season, we were absolutely terrible after Christmas. We kind of kept our form going after Christmas and did really well. But then we've gone into these playoffs, definitely as the weakest side. But we've just, well, I didn't think we were going to be great, but holy crap, I didn't think we'd be this bad. 3-1 home defeat, 10 men as well. Definitely one of our strongest performances. We got a goal, but goodness me, those last 7 games were absolute agony to watch. So, no European football for Mechelen then. It goes to AA Ghent instead. Champions League for Club Brugge and for Ostenda. Europa League for Antwerp for winning the cup. Ghent and Genk into the Europa Conference League. Nothing for Mechelen. And that hurts. That honestly hurts. I think they deserve European football from that this season. It's been up and down because we kept them up in that half season when we were with them. Got 7th place finish. We got into those European places playoff here. We got them into 4th. I think we did really well this season. And unfortunately, we got into those playoffs and we have just absolutely shit the bed. Putting those last 7 games aside, managing back in Belgium for the first time since FM15 has been pretty fun. You know, you don't get a chance to make money in the league. There's not a lot of TV money. There's no prize money in this to win the league, and even that isn't that much. But it's been fun managing Mechelen. You know, they came to us and, you know, financially it looked like they were going to be okay. You know, they were in debt, but they looked like they were going to be okay. But unfortunately, we didn't really have much in terms of finances. We couldn't really make too many transfers, you know, for money. But you know what? It's been a really good side to play as. They've been fun. Fortunately, those last few games were an absolute disaster, though. The way that these guys are going to make money is by selling Denis. He's got a 31 million release clause. Is he worth that much? For his potential, he may well be. If we can afford it at our next club, I definitely plan on signing Felicien Denis because he's just turned 17. He turned 17 a week ago. He's coming along really, really nicely. He's got massive potential. He's not a wonder kid yet. He should be. He was 13th in the next gen list. He's one of the best players that I've ever seen come through a youth intake. And I want to see how he does. And I want to try and bring him through to our next club. Okay, it is the 1st of June 2027. Time for us to resign as the manager of KV Mechelen. And there we go. They have received and accepted my resignation. The board would like to thank you for your service and wish you all the best in your future endeavours. KV Mechelen boss Andy Brown has decided to end his reign at AFAS Stadium by resigning from his position as manager. Brown, a Rock Cup winner with Europa FC, the most prestigious trophies, will surely prove hard to replace considering his wealth of experience and previous track record. He's been at KV Mechelen since November 2024, almost 3 years, having previously managed Europa FC. During his tenure, Brown's team won the Pepe Reyes Cup in 2023, the Gibraltar National League in 2024, and the Rock Cup in 2024. We finished in 4th place in the Pro League after losing our last 7 games. Now looking for a new manager. Don't forget as well that we actually got them to a cup final in our first season. We lost to Charleroi on penalties, but we actually beat Genk twice and beat Club Brugge on the way to a Belgian Cup final. That is a really good achievement as well at this club. Yeah, it's been really, really fun. Those past few games were a bit of a nightmare, but yeah, it's been a fun time with the club. That's going to do it for today. God knows how long this video is going to be. I've been recording for 1 hour and 22 minutes, so I've no idea how long this is going to be. But if you enjoyed it, drop a like, leave comments, subscribe if you haven't, or if you're new, turn notifications on. The next episode, we start our 3rd job hunt of the save. We're going to find ourselves a nice job, hopefully. We'll see what comes up. That's going to do it for today. Thank you for watching. I'll see you soon. Goodbye.